The people are healthy. A great UFC tournament was held in London. Let's talk about its consequences, plans for the future, and discuss a lot more different issues. Let's go. In the main fight of the evening, Leon Edwards lost to Sean Brady by all accounts. In the fourth round, the Briton was strangled, and throughout the fight, the American looked much more dangerous, fresher and more brazen. After the fight, the welterweight champion, Belal Muhammad, explained Sean's victory by saying that he copied Belal's own style. Brady argued for a much greater dominance in the octagon, and as a result, a much more confident victory. As for copying the style, there was a rivalry between a wrestler and a pure striker. Leon, having 66% takedown protection, could not cope with Sean's pressure. The American did everything according to the letter of martial arts, and for me, talking about copying the style has no basis. Kevin Holland, who defeated Gunnar Nelson, does not believe that he can perform less often and prepare for fights more carefully. A fighter spends a lot of money on living, the checks are growing, so you have to perform a lot and actively. Holland recently had a joke with a reporter. He was ready to go to the locker room with him to sort things out, but this is all to warm up the attention. Let me remind you that Kevin has already had his 5th fight since March last year. In 3 of them he was defeated, in 2 he celebrated victory. Molly McCann lost in the first round to Alexia Tainara. Molly announced her retirement. This is her 4th defeat in the last 5 fights, and she lost 3 of them in the first round. McCann was supported by her compatriot, Paddy Pebble, who wrote a touching post on Instagram in which he recognizes the merits of the athlete and worries about her retirement. That's all about the tournament. Next, let's talk about the rest of the news. Charles Oliveira expressed his desire to fight Islam Makhachev at the end of June. We are talking about the UFC 317 tournament. I am ready to fight Makhachev, now it's up to the UFC, the Brazilian said. Anything can happen. While the issue with Topuria has not been resolved, there may be a lot of options in the lightweight division. Michael Page talked about a possible next confrontation with Kamaru Usman. The athlete expressed a desire to meet with Usman in the near future, and the Briton wants to inflict damage on Colby Covington. To hit the face, so to speak. In my opinion, Michael should get in line for those who also want to punch Colby in the face. Michael Chandler spoke about the best opponent for himself. This is peak Khabib. The fighter also replied to compromising questions about Conor McGregor that their rivalry was already in the past and it was not worth talking about it further. Michael intends to fight Islam Makhachev. It's not surprising to want to take glory and money from a champion, but so far their confrontation doesn't seem real. More about lightweight. Ilia Topuria arranged a correspondence with Charles Oliveira. Fighters troll each other. They are fueling interest in a possible confrontation. Charles does not consider Topuria to be a tough fighter, slightly better than the average man. Elijah remembers the defeats of the Brazilian and is preparing to go to the top of the lightweight division. Dana White on Conor's desire to run for president of Ireland. The UFC president noted the Irishman's leadership qualities, his persistent position, and recalled McGregor's heartfelt speech at the White House, so everything can work out. This brings our discussions to an end. We are following all the most interesting things from the world of MMA. We develop in body and spirit. Good luck to everyone.